when I initially signed up for my Capital One Quicksilver card, I had a $15,000 limit.
Mm.
I quickly learned that that was a sort of a rarity
Yeah.
because of because I had so much negative attention online once I started talking about it,
Yeah.
and I have no problem, increasing that limit 3 times in 6 months. I go
Mm.
into detail about that. Or product changing into the Venture X card, which is their top tier premium travel card, and
Wow.
and right now that limit's at $23,000. But I tell people, if you're in a situation where you could use some of these products, it would be a good use for you, then go ahead and use it with the issuer that you're trying to increase the limit with. So if you could, consolidate other past credit card debts into that one,
Mm.
uh, bank, then do that. That's going to put a lot of positive marks on their internal system, whatever system they have internally. They're going to be tracking, all these data points on you to say, okay, they've been with us for 6 months or a year or 2 years, which looks great, but are they actively, using our products, making us more
Right.
money? And then there's some other things, obviously you want to direct deposit your pay stubs, or I'm sorry, your checks into the bank.
Yeah.
Another product changes would be another way. So if you have a credit card, like for example, I did a video on the Quicksilver card, which a lot of people are having trouble with
Mm.
because they do what they call bucketing. And what that means is that they will take a snapshot of your credit profile and your credit score at the time that you sign up and pretty much keep you at that for the lifetime of that credit card product. And so if you
Mm.
had a bad credit score or
Yeah.
bad profile, unsavory profile, then you basically you couldn't get anywhere. You would only be relegated to $100 increases, and you have like a kind of a hard cap of, like, let's say $2,000 or $5,000. So a lot of people were having trouble with that. But in that situation, you would need to sign up for a completely new credit card account. You would have to
Mm.
basically leave that behind. But yeah, so just using all of their products that they offer. It could be CDs, it could be business, checking accounts, maybe a paid checking account as well, and that will kind of strengthen your relationship with that bank.
Wow. Man, listen, guys, I hope you guys are writing this stuff down. Okay. So, again, he dropped so many nuggets, just within that short period of time. And some of you guys may already be doing some of these things. So, again, that's going into making sure you have direct deposit with that bank that you're building that relationship with, seeing what other products they may have. Man, this is, I think that a lot of times people, they hear this information, but it's really a couple things: timing and where the information comes from. And I know people like us, people they watch our YouTube videos and they trust us, they trust the brand that we build. But at the end of the day, guys, you guys got to put action behind the game plan. We're this is the plan. So put these things into action. That's for sure. That's for sure. But I do want to stretch out a little bit, Cal, and and let me know if we got enough time to do this. You mentioned bucketing. So now what does that mean? Is that just a Capital One thing, or is that just something that credit cards in general?
That's a good question. I see it closely associated with Capital One, but I'm pretty sure this is a widespread phenomenon. It has deeper roots and technically in, like, banking. I've seen it described as you know there's a technical term for it. I would
Yeah.
have to kind of
Look it up. Okay.
look a little
Yeah.
deeper, but it bucketing, it just it really just keeps a person down. Or you can be in a bad bucket, but you can also be in a good bucket. For me, for example, when I initially signed up for my Capital One Quicksilver card, I had a $15,000 limit.
Mm.
I quickly learned that that was a sort of a rarity
Yeah.
because because I had so much negative attention online once I started talking about it.
Yeah.
And I have no problem, increasing that limit 3 times in 6 months. I go
Mm.
into detail about that. Or product changing into the Venture X card, which is their top tier premium travel card, and
Wow.
and right now that limit's at $23,000. But it
Wow.
that indicates that I'm in one of their top tier buckets, and they have no problem throwing
Yeah.
higher limits at me. But it basically means that there's little that you can do to get out of that very narrow, uh, credit limit increase, bumps that they'll give you. It'll be very small. So instead of having, for me, I'll get $1,000 limit increase, and for people in a lower bucket, they'll get a $100 limit increase, which people are furious about when they
Yeah.
see, and that's really what it means.
Wow. Man, no, you're absolutely right. Especially when you mention Quicksilver. And I didn't, man, I mean, that's huge because so many people that end up, upgrading from the Capital One Platinum to the Capital One Quicksilver, because that's no, that's the upgrade between those two. And on average, no, seriously, you'll see people with $1,000, maybe 3,000, but never starting out at 15,000, so that's for sure. And but it's like you mentioned, where a person starts at their credit profile, even if it's not the best, that's what they have on file. Because when you think about it, they haven't been authorized to run your credit since then. So I mean that makes a lot of sense. Okay, awesome, awesome. So now also too, Cal, let's say for example a person wants to learn more about increasing or getting just a higher limit on their credit cards. How could they learn more from you? Where can we find you at?
Yeah, so definitely they could find me at calbartoncashback.com. On that homepage, you're going to see an easy form to sign up and get access to a cheat sheet where you can kind of learn the 12 big steps to our strategies to increase your credit limit with any credit card product.
Wow. Okay. And then just for our audience, just so they know, because we know we got some ballers watching this. But what's the cost of that cheat sheet?
It's completely free. It's totally free.
Man,
Yeah, so you have no problem taking a look at that and kind of,
awesome.
yeah, increasing your limit. It's good stuff in there.
There you go, guys. Listen, you most definitely want to grab this cheat sheet, okay, to increase your credit limit, guys. You most definitely want to go ahead and grab that. And again, this is information that it took years to put together from someone who actually has done it. So this isn't things that you guys could just go out and go try to do. These are things that are actually working right now. Okay. So this is huge, guys. This is huge. And then, Cal, real quick, is there anything that you want to leave the audience with before we wrap up today?
One thing that comes to mind, hopefully this resonates, that credit card issuers are always changing their criteria internally. This is a lot of stuff. This is one thing that a lot of people kind of misconstrue as a misnomer, that you can look at one piece of information, it's always going to be true. Credit card issuers will change their qualifications for their minimum credit score. They'll change the maximum credit limit of a credit card product, and just be mindful that you kind of have to keep up to date. And this is why I talk about these things, because it's a ever changing environment, and I'll keep you up to date on those things.
Awesome. No, man, absolutely. Absolutely. So, well, thanks again so much. And guys, I hope you guys wrote that down. Credit card companies, they change the requirements. These things update
Yeah,
because and why is that? Economy changes, people's buying habits change, people credit habits change. So they got to most definitely, stay abreast of that information as well. So again, thanks again, Kyle. We greatly appreciate you taking out your time throughout the day, to give us those nuggets. Listen, man, we got to have you back. I'm sure
yeah,
the audience is most definitely going to want to have you back. And of course, when that time comes, we'll let everyone know about this as well too. And guys, go ahead and stop what you're doing right now. Like this video if you guys like it.
that's
If you
right.
want to share it, and be sure to subscribe as we got nothing but great content well on the way. And be sure to check out Kyle's YouTube channel as well too, so you guys can get more information on how to get those credit limit increases you guys deserve. We'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good one.
Right.